So find your space and shake it out. Shifting your weight from side to side, turning your waist, which you can do by pivoting on your heels or pivoting on your toes. Either way is a good way to make that turn happen. And then big circles out front. Loosening up the joints, little circles coming up close and falling away. Breathing fully. Then lift and drop the shoulders, twisting motions with your hands. Panting breath into the nose, out through the mouth, shifting your weight, turning your waist. And swing arms. Inhale up, exhale down. As you inhale up, squeeze your shoulder blades together and back. And as you exhale down, hollow your chest, letting your shoulders roll forward slightly. And side to side. Opening up the intercostal muscles in between the ribs, increasing the flexibility of the rib cage itself and allowing greater opening and closing of the volume of breath in the lungs. And then turning, gently twisting, knocking on the gate of life. And then 1 foot forward, rocking forward and back. And generally, when someone takes a step forward in this fashion, just kind of normally, you'll actually put yourself in a bow stance, which means your front foot points straight forward, back foot at 45 degrees. 1 foot, the front foot is 1 stride forward, and you've got hip or shoulder width apart. And change feet. Parallel structure, horse stance. Sink down into your heels. Rock forward, plucking up with your hands. Relax your hands, draw in, squeezing your shoulder blades together and back as you inhale, in and down. Exhale as you rise, hollowing the chest, rolling your shoulders forward. Inhale, receiving the energy in deep and down into the ground. And then expressing from the ground up through your body, from the legs up to the spine, out through the hands. Exhale up, inhale in and down. Inside of the foot forward to the toes, outside of the foot back down into the heels. And then tip of the tongue, really always on the roof of the mouth. Put your weight on one side and start small, swinging the leg. It could be simply touching front and back, depending on the person's balance. And as you swing, let your arms swing freely in opposition. Inhale as the leg swings back. Exhale as the leg swings forward. And the other side. Inhale back, exhale forward. And the other side, touching in front and in back with the opposite hand. And the other side. And the other side, both hands in front, both hands in back, as best as possible. And the other side. And then looking up, inhaling, squeezing your shoulder blades together and back. Exhale down, rolling your shoulders forward. These movements that we're doing with our head stimulate a greater flow of circulation of blood to the brain and a greater circulation of chi to the belly. And then side to side. Exhale as you come front, letting your shoulders just sort of sag forward a little bit. Inhale, squeezing your shoulder blades together as you turn to the side. So you inhale on the gentle stretch, and you exhale on the release. And then horseshoe shape from side to side. Exhale to center, rolling your shoulders slightly. Inhale, squeezing your shoulder blades together back as you swing up to the side. This also stimulates lymphatic flow through the neck, through the spine, and then all the way around. Inhale, back, exhale, forward. Now, one of the things that this does, besides the circulation of chi and blood, which is always associated, is that it stimulates the Sheng Chu point in the meridian system on the governing vessel, which runs up the spine. And it's governing vessel point 12, which is just between the shoulder blades, other direction. And it's said to be where the energy, the chi, stimulates the transformation of oxygen into the blood through the lungs. It's said to transform chi into jing into spirit. Kind of like the backside of the heart chakra. And then rolling shoulders, coming up the back and down the front. And the other direction, coming up the front and down the back. And then both shoulders coming up the front and down the back like rowing a boat. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, down and forward. Again, all of this movement that we're doing right now with this sort of rounding of the shoulders when we come forward and squeezing the shoulder blades together and back will stimulate that Sheng Chu point in the governing vessel. And the other direction, up the back and down the front. Then fists together, pull twice, palms up, high, low, low, high. Pull twice, palms up, high, low, low, high. Then fists together, turning twice in one direction with the sound of ha, 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 ha. Holding hands, offering resistance. Ha, 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 ha. And then white crane spreads wings. The Tai Chi position of white crane has a lower body and an upper body constituents. Forward foot, empty, bring it back, shift onto it. Empty step with the other foot. Bring it back, shift onto it. Empty step, it's like you're testing the water to see if it's the appropriate temperature to go for a swim in. Then the upper body, hands start in front of your heart, high hand, palm out, fingers lifted above your head slightly, low hand, palm down, fingers pointing forward. Inhale to center, hollowing your chest. Exhale, squeeze your shoulder blades together and back. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. The rising hand comes up the inside. The falling hand goes down the outside. Then forward foot, low hand on the same side. We put them together now. Draw in, inhaling, exhale as you spread your wings. Inhale as you nest, exhale as you take flight. And then twist your body towards your front foot, low hand side, which means front foot, low hand, turn that direction and look behind you. This definitely stimulates lymphatic function to a very heightened degree, because there's a gentle stretching and sort of squeezing of the lymph nodes under the arms, in the neck, and down, especially around the hip, pelvic region, groin region. Then tip your head to one side, open and close the fist on that other side, and nod. This especially is helpful for stimulating the gallbladder and stomach points up in this region, the trapezius muscle. Very good for tension headaches. Other side, tip your head, open and close the fist, and nod. And then pull one hand over, tip your head in the same direction the hand is being pulled, and nod again. And this amplifies the previous stretch. And the other side, pull it over, tip your head that way, and nod again. Then raise one hand, palm up, fingers point down, thumb points back, push the heel of your palm away, tip your head away, and nod. Really stretch that out, pointing the fingers down. This dredges the large intestine meridian. So again, very helpful for digestion. Other side, palm up, fingers point down, thumb points back, so you're rotating that wrist. Tip your head away, push the heel of your palm away, and nod. And breathe. Then focus on your rib cage. As you bring your chest forward, squeeze your shoulder blades together and back, and then you come back, arching, your chest is hollow, your shoulders round forward. Inhale as your chest goes forward. Exhale as your chest goes back. Tuck your chin, tuck your tailbone. That will protect your lower back. Other direction. Then focus on your hips. Gentle circles with your hips, like doing a slow hula. One hand fist covering your center, the other hand covering that, and gently massage your dantian, your center. It's the power chakra of the body. A little bit below your belly button. And so earlier we were doing the upper body, which is going to stimulate the upper chakras. Now we're really working on the lower chakras. And of course, the heart chakra is connecting both upper and lower. And other direction. Then, sitting into your legs, you're going to roll your hips coming up the back and down the front. And notice your shoulders are going to move with that because the shoulder and the hip are harmonic. It's said that the 6 harmonies, hands and feet, elbows and knees, hips and shoulders, as well as the other 2, which would be the 8 harmonies, which is head and pelvis. Rolling a ball between your hands, turn the ball over on the side, carry it across the front. Turn it over on the side, carry it across the front, so that as your hands turn over, the palms address one another throughout the exercise. And if you slow it down, well, actually, at any rate you go, inhale on the side, exhale across the front. And the other direction, coming up the front and down the back. Then, feet together, little circles with your knees. Breathing forward. Other direction. Open out, inside forward, outside back. So as you go inside forward, outside back with movement of your knees, that movement is affecting the feet, obviously. So you go inside the foot forward to the toes, outside the foot back to the heels. So you're getting a type of foot reflexology workout on your feet. There are acupuncture points that connect to the rest of the body, through the feet, through the hands, other direction now, outside forward, inside back. Also is very helpful for balance, because when you have greater sensitivity in the feet, your connectivity to the earth is heightened. Good. Then circle one foot. Dangle the opposite hand. Press down on the knuckles with the heel of your palm. Pluck up on the hand, giving a maximal bend to the wrist, shoulders and elbows down. Tuck your chin, tuck your tailbone. Soften the back of the leg of the knee you're standing on, of the leg you're standing on. And spread your toes a little bit of that foot. Connect to the ground by gently squeezing the earth. Then turn the fingers in. Other thumb on the back of the hand by the pinky knuckle, pushing. Fingers pulling on the base of the thumb. It's called the mound of Venus. Twist the hand. As you drop the hand down to the height of your waist, this outer thumb slides along the bone of the hand up to the middle knuckle of the corresponding finger. Then you reset to next bone, next finger, next bone, next finger, next bone, next finger. So once you've achieved all 4 finger stretches in this fashion, dangle the hand, point across, come underneath, the underneath thumb pushes at about the middle knuckle, the thumb towards the wrist, and the fingers wrap around the wrist and squeeze, like squeezing a pair of pliers. Then palm out, pull back. Shoulders and elbows down. Still circling that opposite foot. These are very good for dealing with carpal tunnel syndrome. Palm out, fingers down, pull back. These also have martial applications in a part of Tai Chi, which is known as Chin-Na. Chin-Na, C-H-I-N-N-A, means seize and control. And the other side, circle the foot, dangle the opposite hand, press down on the knuckles with the heel of your palm, pluck up on the hand itself, bending the wrist to its maximum. Shoulders and elbows down, tuck your chin, tuck your tailbone, soften the back of the knee of the leg you're standing on, spread your toes of that standing on foot. Grip the earth gently. Then turn the fingers in, thumb pushing in on the back of the hand, fingers pulling on the base of the thumb. And as you drop the hand down, the outer thumb slides along the bone of the hand to the corresponding finger middle knuckle, folding it in. So there is a twisting, bending, and sliding action. Twist the hand, bend the wrist, slide the thumb up to the middle knuckle. Each finger gets stretched, and then dangle the hand, come underneath, thumb pushes thumb, fingers reach around and grasp wrist and squeeze. So you're not pushing on the tip of the thumb. Sometimes people think that, but you reach in a little bit deeper. Then palm out, pull back. Palm out, fingers down, pull back. Then patting out, starting at the crown chakra, stimulating the byway points and knee one points at the crown chakra, stimulating the pituitary gland, center portion of the brain, stimulating the corpus callosum, which connects the two halves of the brain, two hemispheres, back of the head, stimulating what's called the jade pillow, the medulla oblongata. And then forehead, stimulating the frontal lobes of the brain where the critical thinking factors are located. Then take your index finger and you're going to push the door to your ear closed. It's that triangular shape right there. Push that closed. It's called the tragus. And you tap on it with your middle finger. You can do both at the same time. Two fingers, third eye, center of the forehead. Stimulating the pineal gland. Two fingers inside the eyebrows. Stimulating acupuncture points in the face, major nerve bundles in the face, and major arterial flow in the face, outside the eyebrows. So you can see the color has changed in my forehead at the places where I've made that contact. It's really stimulating circulation tremendously. Underneath the eyes, base of the nostrils on the outside, right there, kind of where your smile crease is, kind of where you could feel into where the root of the teeth are, the roots of the teeth right there. Then upper lip center, it's part of the governing vessel, one of the acupuncture points for the governing vessel. Lower lip, part of the conception vessel. Jaw. Throat, working on the thyroid gland, let out a ha. Two fingers touching the thumb. Grief points at the center of the pectoral muscle. It's as far apart as your face is wide, midway between the nipple and the collarbone. Find the most sensitive tissue there. And that's the spot we want. Then underneath the collarbones, probe along just underneath the collarbones and find the most sensitive tissue and strike there gently. This is very good for your immune system. Ah, there's the point right there. Then under the arm, working on heart points, pericardium, sac around the heart, very helpful for heart function. And the other side. And shoulder, working on the gallbladder and stomach points. This is very good for tension headaches. Other side, and everybody needs a pat on the back now and again. So if nobody else gives it to you, you can give it to yourself. Then edge of hand between the thumb and the index finger. Other side. Outside the arm. Inside. Outside the other arm. Inside. Thumping the thymus. Let out your Tarzan or Jane yell. Oh! Kidneys, adrenals, high-pitched E sound. When you do that high-pitched E sound, two things happen. When you say E, you have to smile, which stimulates serotonin in the body. When you are making that high-pitched frequency, it affects the portion of the brain by vibration that is responsible for your circulation. So it's very, very helpful for your overall system of movement of blood through the body. Belly, right in the center. Dantian. When you pat this area or press this area, it will help you center and balance. And then hips, right in the inguinal crease. So not on the hip point, but down in the crease there, the groin region, stimulating where the area where there's a lot of lymph nodes, as well as a lot of blood flow through this region. Bottoms now, very center of each buttock. Backs of the legs down, up the front. Down the back and side, up the front and inside. And bottoms of the feet. Thinking especially into the bubbling well point, kidney 1, which is just behind the ball of the foot. It's your energetic connection to the earth's energy. Smooth it out now. Draw the energy over the top of the arm, around the back of the head, down the center line, and press in. Underneath the arm now, around and down, press in. Over the top of the other arm, around and down, press in. Underneath, around, down, press in. Inside and outside of both arms, like you're giving yourself a big hug. Moving the energy with the contact of your hands and the use of your mind. Over the crown, down the back, backs of the legs, around the feet, up the front and inside of the legs. So we're following the streaming roots of the meridian system. One more time. And then just below solar plexus, push in, bend over, walking your fingers down the abdomen. Come up on the right side, down on the left side, and then rubbing the belly in the same way, following the root of peristalsis, the route that the food travels through the digestive system. Good. Then, Indonesian hand dances. Palm up, index finger out. Palm down, index finger in. So we have 1 up, 3 down. 1 up, 3 down. 1 up, 3 down. Same thing with the other hand. Palm up is 1, palm down is 3. 1 finger out, index finger. 3 fingers out, the middle ring and pinky. So you have oppositional movement of palms, oppositional movement of fingers. So palm down, 3, palm up, 1. 1 up, 3 down. 1 up, 3 down. Go only as fast as you can accomplish the deed. So part of the function is the movement of your hands, kind of like making a snowball, right? And the other is the 1 and 3, 3 and 1. Then, if you can, take the 1 up and put it inside the circle of your 3 down hand. It's like an arrow hitting the target. You get a bullseye every time. Index inside the circle of the 3 down hand. And again, go only as fast as you can accomplish the deed. Many people, when they do this, they poke in with their palm down, but you really want to have the palm up so you continue to create those new neurological pathways to the brain in the way we want. Then, oh, sorry about that. My phone's ringing. Index, middle, ring, pinky. Index, middle, ring, pinky. Left hand, pinky, ring, middle, index. Pinky, ring, middle, index. Palms facing opposing directions, index and pinky, middle and ring and middle, pinky and index. Turn. Index and pinky, middle and ring and middle, pinky and index. Turn. So you go through the index, middle, ring, pinky, or 1, 2, 3, 4 on the right, 4, 3, 2, 1 on the left, or pinky, ring, middle, index on the left. As complement, they create a new connection in the brain. Then, if you can, interlace the two circles, index and pinky, middle and ring and middle, pinky and index. Index and pinky, middle and ring and middle, pinky and index. Then palms turn in, make fists, thumb out, pinky out, switch. Pinky and thumb and pinky. Pinky and thumb and pinky. Farthest finger to one side, farthest finger to the other side. And notice we're not turning our hands now. So we're not turning. You just point to one side, point to the other with your palms turned in towards your torso. Then index points away, thumb points in. Index away, thumb in. Same thing with the other hand. Only one finger out from the fist on either hand. Just the thumb in, just the index away. Then circles with your hands. They meet at the top of the sphere and the bottom of the sphere. They rise at the same time. They fall at the same time. Your hands turn at the top, turn at the bottom, so your palms can address their opposite hand each time. And it is a near-far movement rather than a left-right movement. So it's not playing the piano, it's playing the harp, so to speak. Okay? Then heel-toe opposition. Turning on your central axis, lifting the heel on one side, lifting the toes on the other. So as the knee goes back, you lift the toes. As the knee goes forward, lift the heels. Then, if you can, add the circles back in. This is adding two neurologically affecting movements so that you're creating even more pathways to the brain, more synaptic connection. Then if you can, add the 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1 finger movements back in. If you can, turn your head side to side with your eyes moving in the opposite direction if you can. And if you can, sink and rise. All right, good. So I thought today we would taste a little bit. We might not get through the whole set, but at least we'll get a start of playing with a set called the 5 elements. There are 2 main theories that make up Tai Chi Chuan. One is the yin-yang theory, which includes polarities, up, down, left, right, forward, back, all the pairs of opposites as a oneness. And then that is associated with the 8 primary trigrams of the I Ching. So there are 8 primary postures of Tai Chi, and then 5 elemental movements, forward, back, left, right, central equilibrium, which are done with your feet or stance work. So inside of this movement, this set was developed by Chungliang Ao Huang, who's the head of the Living Tao Foundation. He was one of my teachers. Really, really lovely teacher, an amazing guy. And this movement is rather beautiful. So start with your feet in parallel. Then sink down into your heels. lengthening up to the crown, lengthening down to the tailbone. As you shift forward on the inside of the feet, your hands come around and you bring your wrists together about shoulder width apart. Your chest is hollowed. And then you point your fingertips towards each other with your thumbs down. You rotate the hands and you pluck into your hips as you sink down into your heels. So I'm going to come a little bit closer so you can see the upper body now a little bit better. So you sink down, you gather, bringing the wrists towards each other, then point the fingertips to each other, rotate the hands, pluck in and sink. Now the breathing is exhale as you gather, hollowing the chest. Inhale as you rotate and pull in, squeezing your shoulder blades together and back. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Now let's slow it down. Exhale 5 seconds. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale 5 seconds. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. So this is a lotus palm, fingers spread far apart. And as you rotate, you come into the pluck where your fingers touch your thumb. It's called the Buddha's hand. And then you rotate, still in the Buddha's hand as you come around, and then you release to lotus and pluck. Exhale. Inhale. Good. Now that's the opening of this particular set. And as we do that, we're going to be doing a follow-up movement, which is called Kai Shing. Kai Shing is a stepping back movement, okay? So after you've gathered and you pull in, you do 3 of these gathers. So let's say this is the second one. And then on the third one, your hands cross. So it's like you've got one hand on top, one hand on the bottom, palms out. You're then going to step back and stretch out to the 2 sides. Kai Shing, K-A-I-H-S-I-N-G, Kai Shing. It means opening heart, opening mind, okay? So when we do the step back, it's as if something is pushing us from the front. So you start to sit back, and then in this case, the first one, we're going to step back with our right. So when we step back, you hollow and step back, and then there's a stretching out to the 2 sides. And as you stretch out to the 2 sides, it's like you're trying to push 2 pillars apart, like Samson pushing the pillars apart. Okay? So sit into your legs, reach out and gather. Let's say 1, rotate, draw in. 2, rotate, draw in. On the third one, your hands cross, step back right. So there it will be a little bit of a shift, but think, sit back first, stretch back, stretch out to the 2 sides. Okay? So this, as you cross over, you're inhaling. As you step back, exhale. So the movement of the hips on the step back is the back foot hip, the stepping foot hip goes back, and then you square to the front. And that becomes very important. So the step back is a turn of the hips turn of the torso, and then you withdraw the other hip, and you can even pull in with that front foot. So you're in a cat stance. So do it from the side so you can see it, and I'll turn so that we're facing the other way. So let's say this is our third gather, crossing the hands over, inhale, stepping back, exhale, okay? And again, gather, exhale to here, inhale as your hands come in, exhale as you go out, okay? We're going to turn to the side now, so we're going to step back with our right, sink down, gather, let's call it the third one, inhale, step back, moving diagonally, and then finish square. And again, you can draw that front foot in if you choose to, or you can keep the foot right where it is. Either one is fine, okay? Sink down, gather, exhaling forward, then inhale as your hands cross, exhale, step back, Tai Chi. It's a stretch, squeezing the shoulder blades together, fingers lifted, push out to the heels of your palms. Okay, and one more time. Sit down, gather, stepping back right, Tai Chi. Now, we do all of these on the other side. So when we do the set, we'll do it all on one side, and then we come back, and it starts over at the very beginning. We do it all on the other side. So we're going to learn the other side of this movement already, so that we'll be ready for that later on. Sink down, gather. Let's do it again. Sink down, gather. This is the second one. Rotate the hands and gather. Hands going over the top, step back, left, Tai Chi. And again. So we're going to be stepping back with our left. Sink down. Let's call this the third wave. Stepping back left, Tai Chi. And again, sink down, gather, articulate your hands around the sphere, pull into center, gather, one more time, pull into center, gather, left hand over right, stepping back left, Tai Chi. Again, sink down, gather, stepping back left, Tai Chi. Good. Now, the next posture, I think we can get one more in, is called mixing heaven and earth. And as I'm going to step back with my right foot, as we are back here in the Kai Shing, you're then going to rock forward. The forward weighted hand drops down. So in a sense, where the weight, it's like a teeter-totter. Where the weight goes, that hand goes down. The rising hand will pluck up, and it comes up over your head. The falling hand goes down, and it's in a lotus palm. So the two hand positions, downward hand is spreading. So wings of eagles, think in terms of this as being your feathers spread at the end of your wing, and the rising hand is like the talons plucking, okay? So the rising hand plucks up, falling hand is a lotus pushing down, okay? So we've stepped back with Kai Shing. As you shift forward, that hand goes down. Then your hands change overhead and below. The plucking hand rises, the lotus palm sinks, and you turn your waist towards the rising hand side. So as my right hand rises, I look right. As my left hand rises, I look left. Okay, so I'm going to turn the other direction so we can see that from a little bit easier place. We're going to step back on the right. We're in our Kai Shing. As we go forward, left hand down, lotus palm, right hand plucking up, palms to the sky. Then pluck up on the left, lotus palm on the right, turn your body towards the rising hand. Shift forward, weight on the left, left hand down, right hand plucking up, Turn your body towards the rising hand, palms up. Turn your body towards the rising hand. So you turn your waist towards the rising hand side. Inhale as you go back. Exhale as you go forward. Inhale up. Exhale forward. Okay? Now let's do that on the other side. So we're going to step back on the left side this time. So stepping back, Tai Chi. As you shift forward on the right, lotus palm down, turn to the left. As you shift on to the left, turn to the right, plucking up on the rising hand. So the weighted foot is the lowering hand. The weighted foot is the lowering hand. The lowering hand is a lotus, spread fingers wide. The emptying foot is the plucking up hand. You always turn towards the rising hand. Inhale as you shift back. Exhale as you shift forward. At the very end, both palms turn up. Now, let's put all of that together. We'll do it first on the right foot stepping back, and then we'll go back to the other side and do left side. So we're going to step back on the right. We're going to do 3 gathers. So feet in parallel, horse stance. Sink down, pluck hands down by your hips. Gather, hollowing the chest. Point the fingers to each other, rotate the hands, and pluck in, sinking into your heels. Gather, hollow the chest. Point the fingers to each other, rotate the hands, pull down to your hips, squeeze your shoulder blades together and back. Again, gather, right hand over left, stepping back right, Tai Chi. Then wings of eagles, weight on the left, left hand down, plucking up on the right, looking to the right, palms to the sky. Then plucking up on the left, turn to the left, palms to the sky. Plucking up on the right, lotus palm down. And we do that 3 times, so 3 shifts, and that's when we would go on to the next posture. Let's do it on the other side now. Feet in parallel. Squat down. Gather. Point the fingers to each other. Rotate the hands and sink. Gather. Point the fingers to each other. Rotate hands. Sink. Gather. Left hand over right. Stepping back left. Tai Chi. Stretch out. Then wings of eagles, where the weight goes, that hand goes down, turn towards the empty foot. Turn towards the emptying foot, palms to the sky, going forward, palms to the sky. Good. And so that is that's the beginning of the 5-element set. And there are a number of different 5-element sets. There's another one that I teach from Master Joe, but this one is so beautiful. I wanted to give that to you today. So let's take a look and see if there are any questions.